man who could answer the questions that we have tonight, and that is our progressive Sherpa, Cathy Areu, and she's joining us for perspective on a brand new development in language. At UC Davis, the LGBTQIA Resource Center has produced an online guide instructing students in the use of 8 different gender-neutral pronouns. Not he and she, those are yesterday's pronouns. The new ones include yo, z, a, n, and v. I want to take it as seriously as I can.
Right.
I want to take it as seriously as I can.
Right.
I want to take it as seriously as I can.
Right.
Meet Cathy Areu, a progressive twit that is by far the best caricature of what progressive groupthink is all about. They accept every weird lifestyle or dumb culture norm change with goggles of racism, sexism, capitalism, and so on. Now I won't ramble on as I usually do. Here are some highlights of this liberal hippie SJW feminist progressive, or as some of us like to call them, libtard authoritarians.
How would I ask the following sentence?
Okay.
Did she enjoy herself at the party?
Right. I want to get it right. Did Z enjoy herself at the party? Right.
Okay, that sounds like Henry Kissinger. Okay, that sounds like a German accent. Are you sure that's right?
That is absolutely correct. Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
in many universities have put out these pronoun guides. So
Okay.
yeah. So
because a Germanic accent is more sensitive. I'm tracking with this now. So let's try this sentence using again Z and Zer.
Of course.
She cooks dishes using ingredients she has grown in her yard.
It would be Z cooks dishes using ingredients Z has grown in their yard.
Zur yard.
Yes.
Zur yard. Now you're a French waiter. I love this.
No,
okay. Great job. I'm not mocking you. College students tend to get stressed out by finals, but if you attend the University of Utah, you have an option. It's called the Cry Closet.
Right.
The closet is a creation of an art student called Nemo Miller, and it exists for stressed out students who can step into it for up to 10 minutes of crying to help cope with the tests.
Right.
The closet interior includes fuzzy stuffed animals for maximum coping. The question is it time to go national with this? Weeping wardrobes erected across this fragile country. Only one woman can make the case for that, and she is, of course, Cathy Areu, the founding publisher of Catalina magazine and our liberal Sherpa. Cathy, it's great to see you tonight.
Hey, good to see you.
At first glance, it seems a little confusing because college, of course, is the least stressful place there is. I mean, it's already
stressful?
a yoga ritual. Well, sure. I mean, you go to class for 2 hours a week and get drunk the rest of the time.
Oh, come on. That's
Why are
not
college
everyone's
students
experience. No, it's very stressful. They're the future. These are our ecological health. They need this bioenergetic way to get out their stress. They need 10 minutes of a good cry, cry closet, to then be prepared to take those exams, everything they've learned in those classes.
That's bullshit! In a recent piece for the Harvard Crimson, which is a school newspaper but considers itself so much more, graduate student Daniel Hanrahan reproached himself for what is now a sinister crime. He discussed the attractiveness of the opposite sex.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hanrahan says he was out drinking during the orientation for his class last year when his fellow students raised the matter of which girls in their class were, quote, the hottest. With horror, Hanrahan says he failed to object, to declare that calling women pretty is a form of objectification that could lead to assault.
What?
Instead, he says, and I'm quoting, I uncrossed my arms, and yes, I discussed which girls were hot. Cathy Areu, founding publisher of Catalina magazine, she joins us tonight. Cathy, you are our Sherpa, you're our Tenzing Norgay, our spirit guide into the brave new world of progressive America, into the cultural revolution that's taking place. I didn't know, so thank you for that. I didn't know that this was a crime now.
Well, I mean, it's objectifying women, so that's always been a crime to objectify women.
Wrong.
Not seeing them as intelligent creatures, intelligent people that they are, but to see them at Harvard as just hot, I mean, that's not right.
Wrong.
Well, how about if a woman is intelligent? Not all people are intelligent, by the way. Some are, some aren't. Same with men, right?
Right.
But is it okay to acknowledge that you find someone attractive, or is that, as Mr. Hanrahan suggests, a form of assault?
Well, he felt that it was wrong because they had a group of guys sitting around and they weren't talking about how intelligent and wonderful these women are. They were talking about their physical attributes and that they were ranking them on a scale of 1 to 10 according to how hot they were. And he felt it was wrong. He felt that he was objectifying women, and he felt that he was creating and helping a culture of rape.
What?
on the campus of Harvard. So.
But But they weren't raping people, were they? Weren't they just saying which girls they found attractive?
They have a high incidence of rape. They have a high incidence of objectifying women, and 30% of women graduate from Harvard saying that they're victims of sexual assault.
Right.
Well, I guess my kids aren't going to Harvard.
Having a baby used to be a straightforward proposition. You could have a boy or you could have a girl. But now there's a third option. It's called steep civilizational decline. A handful of parents across America are deliberately keeping their children's sex hidden and instead raising so-called babies. The idea is that only the children themselves should be able to decide whether they are boys or girls without any of that pesky biological reality getting in the way.
What?
Using like a lot of 2018 is. So, of course, we called in our interpreter of all things progressive, our liberal Sherpa, Cathy Areu, founding publisher of Catalina magazine. She joins us tonight. So, Cathy, goes without saying you're for this, of course.
Yep.
But doesn't this mean if you're going to raise a baby, how would you be able to change your child's diaper? Because the second you change the diaper, of course, you'd no longer be able to pretend that there was a question about whether this was a boy or a girl. You would know.
Well, it's not about pretending. The parent definitely knows the gender. It's about not necessarily labeling the baby. It's about allowing the baby to decide what gender that baby wants to be when that baby can decide, which is around 4 years old. So from 0 to 4, the baby will not be labeled. The labeling theory will not apply from 0 to 4 years old. The baby will be a they-be, neither a boy nor a girl.
Sometimes they're wrong.
Whatever gender that baby chooses to be.
What other profound life decisions do we think people ought to be making at the age of 4? Are there any others?
Well,
whether to get a tattoo, whether to get married, enlisting in the military, voting, drinking vodka, smoking Marlboro Reds. Is there anything else that we think 4-year-olds are ready to decide?
This isn't actually a profound life decision.
Is anybody really listening to this lady?
I mean, biologically, there's nothing really going on from 0 to 4 in that area that affects a person's life. Biologically, the experts say that boys and girls, all genders are alike. The boy's brain, the male brain, might be a little larger.
That's bullshit!
Well, we're not even allowed to have separate bathrooms for men and women anymore, but now we may have separate snack foods. In an interview, the CEO of PepsiCo, Indra Nooyi, suggested that Doritos could be more female-friendly. The female-friendly version would have a softer crunch and less cheesy residue on the fingers. Well, the comments sparked a backlash on social media, as everything does, which forced Pepsi to clarify today that there are no plans for women-specific Doritos. Cathy Areu is breathing a sigh of relief. She's founding publisher of Catalina magazine and, of course, our spirit guide to the dark recesses of the left. Cathy, it's great to see you tonight.
Thanks. Good to see you.
So I'm trying to parse. I sat in my office this afternoon thinking, like, what's upsetting about lady-specific Doritos? And my only conclusion would be they suggest that there is some inherent difference between men and women, which I think is illegal now, right?
No, what's upsetting, they were saying that women are different than men in the way that they eat, that women would like to crunch and that they would like to lick their fingers when they eat Doritos, but they don't because women don't feel comfortable in society doing these things.
Are you retarded?
So for Doritos to even think that way, to think that we do not want to crunch in public, they want to silence us, that's completely wrong. They're trying to silence women by not letting us crunch in public.
Girl, why you acting so cray-cray?
No, that's right. Keep the crunch. So what you're saying is that vulgarity and rudeness are feminist victories. So if a woman, like, took her Cheeto paste and rubbed it through her hair or belched at the table, those would be feminist victories, right?
A feminist victory would be being women allowed to do what men do with their Doritos. So if men are licking their fingers, then women should be allowed to do so as well. And the CEO is saying that women don't do those things, don't feel comfortable doing those things, but want to do those things. And to allow them to enjoy their Doritos, they were going to create lady-friendly Doritos.
So you think, but just to be totally clear, it's a good thing, it's a victory for the feminist ideal when women are as repulsive as men are.
Well, why should...
Like, when you see a man, like, would you dip tobacco ever? Do you think you throw in a dip of Copenhagen and you think, a man does this, I'm doing it?
Well, why do you get to be gross and we can't be gross?
Well, why do you get to be gross and we can't be gross?
In any way. So
Wow.
yeah. In the 1700s, women couldn't walk on the grass because it was seen as dirty, but men could walk on the grass.
Right.
Concept, you can lick your fingers, but we can't.
Right.
So why do we have to be so
Now,
pure
who
and
makes-
clean in society?
Oh, hey, look, I'm not
Hey.
imposing my values on anyone.
Well, that's another one for me today. Hope you had fun with it. If you like it, leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. See you guys another day. God bless.
Watch this.
Oh, hallelujah.
Get up right now.
I'm hearing something real powerful for someone.
And now listen to this.
SHRILL.